All right, here we are, another week around the trash fire. Your host, Matthias, along with the boy.
John.
We've got quite a few things to talk about today.
Yeah, it's a bunch of rumors of Primaris lieutenants, clearly.
Well, I mean, GW only cares about Space Marines, right? So,
Yes.
but not talking about Space Marines here. We can go to our first news, and that is the coin for this month. Got
Yes.
the Eagle coin, Imperial coin. So, it's been a year now. How do you think this has fared out? You
The
think these
coin thing?
coins, yeah.
I mean, it's free-ish. Well, technically it is free. You're not paying anything extra to get it. I think it's a neat way to encourage people to buy in store because you only get them in store.
Hmm.
Um yeah, I think it's a neat idea. Nothing really against it or anything.
So you would be on the side of successful?
I would say it's successful.
I would agree.
Yeah. I don't really see anything bad coming from it in that sense. So
Yeah, because it's not like, I mean, it might take away from a few resources, but this is like like a minute idea, right? It's just like,
right.
hey, put the orc symbol on a coin and print that stuff. So it's not like it takes a lot of brain power to make.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we're just getting the generic imperial coin, an obvious celebration of this month's thing, which is the Custodes versus Genestealer cult. You also get your free Genestealer cult model. I'd recommend people picking it up, you know, especially if you're a Chaos player. It's one free cultist for you.
It is one free cultist.
Because, I mean, it's not that hard to just, clip the Tyranid logo off of it.
Oh, that is very true. Very, very true.
I even have a squad of Genestealer cults in my Thousand Sons army, but I'm not taking any more cultists, so it doesn't really matter. But I would recommend it. The coin is whatever. Get it if you want to get it. Add it to your collection. But that is that. On to other news. Some more impressive news for you Warhammer Plus people out there. You can win yourself a Angels of Death army. Are you excited? Are you excited to win this, John? Because I know you're Warhammer Plus.
I am Warhammer Plus, but it's one of those things where like I cool. It's a bonus. It's not really exciting to me. It's models I already have and don't need. I mean, I guess the Gene Stealers are cool, but I don't need another army right now.
You tell me you don't want another army. You don't want to play the Gene Stealer cults.
No, not really. Maybe in Kill Team, but I already got some for Kill Team, so I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, well, I think it said 10 people can win this, so I mean, odds are a little bit higher, still not that high. To
Right.
get a 2,000 point Gene Stealer or Blood Angel. Can't get both, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can get both, but it's okay.
Well, let's be real. Do you really want 2,000 points of two armies?
No, I already have 2,000 points of several armies. I think I'm okay.
Yeah,
I think I'm okay, Games Workshop.
but
But it's a good reason to subscribe to Warhammer Plus.
it is another incentive to start getting Warhammer Plus. Uh, now that the series is over, do you want to give your thoughts on Angels of Death, or have you not seen it yet?
I still haven't seen it yet.
Hmm.
Still gonna find the time.
No worries. I figured we'd get your opinions on it, but yeah. So what is it? $6 a month,
Something like that.
and you get a 2,000 points worth of for that much money. It's it's looking
It
like
is
a
interesting.
pretty good deal, but
I did find it funny that the models they're showing on the image aren't the ones that they have you could win.
I know, right?
At
That's
least,
what I was thinking.
that's kind of funny.
I was like, I don't think I've ever seen these Gene Stealer cult models before.
Yeah.
The Space Marines are whatever. I don't know if that one in the middle there looks like Horus Heresy, but
Oh yeah, those are not primaries for sure.
but it is interesting. And again, another incentive to do Warhammer Plus if you so choose to. I still don't think it's worth it, but if you want to enter in a chance, now's your time. Be one of those 10 lucky people to get an army. Start up for the new year, you know?
You're in your army.
Yeah. But other than that, that's it for that for you lucky Warhammer Plus people. Some interesting news that I saw, which added last minute. Uh, we got some Lord of the Rings news.
Yes, the game is going strong.
Yeah, I would never expect this. I assume this is my theory. Could be totally wrong. I think it has something to do with the Amazon series that's going to be coming out soon.
I would say no because this book is Return of the King, and the Amazon series is before the movies. So
Right, but I mean, like in terms of like renewed interest into Lord of the Rings,
it's very possible. Yeah.
because I mean there wasn't Lord of the Rings was getting like a new model like every 6 months or something like that,
Yeah.
and now we're getting like product after product each month.
Yeah. So
So
it's very possible.
I think it's they're trying to capitalize on the TV series hype. But anyways,
Right. Right. Build up. Especially once we get something for the TV series, it's definitely gonna build hype.
yeah,
So yeah, I could see them wanting to capture a bit of that.
exactly. And then we got a new this is a new battle box, right? Battle 2 player set,
No.
something like that. Did I
Nope.
misread
Not.
understand it?
It's just a book.
It's just a book.
Just a book.
It sounded like it said it came with models.
It came to, yeah, there's two new heroes releasing with it, but that's kind of it.
Oh, see, I read what's in it, and then I glossed over it in terms of like, a new box is coming around with this. But yeah, there we are. We got 2 new models coming out as well,
Hmm.
and of course, scroll all the way to the bottom. We got this mystery figure that's coming out as well.
Clearly an Easterling, especially because the book has Easterlings in it. So
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an Easterling. I forget the name of the faction that was with the Easterlings. You know,
no, I think I know. I think you're thinking of the Mongol looking dudes. I think this is going to be Easterlings.
you think it's gonna be an Easterling?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Easterlings.
I figured it'd be one of those Mongol guys just because you got people carrying that chariot thing, that
Right,
chair.
right.
Figured they would do it. But if it's an Easterling, I'll be happy. I'll probably pick it up if it's cool, but no guarantees.
No guarantees.
It's a big model, and two, I don't really play Lord of the Rings that much, but I still have them all. I'll have them in a shoebox somewhere.
There you go.
My poor Lord of the Rings army. But yeah, I'm excited to see more Lord of the Rings coming. But I still believe that it's because of the Netflix series that we're getting more and more influx of this game.
That that makes sense because even after the new edition that was really popular, it was still kind of slow, and now we're definitely seeing a huge boost in content for it. So yeah, I could definitely see it being part of the show.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna stick with. Um, in terms of other news here, Sisters of Silence. Did you take a look at this?
You know, they're getting new stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, I think they got a new character, but as someone who runs Custodes, I'm sure you got that 2 player starter set. Are you happy to see Sisters finally become in the fold?
No, I don't care about Sister Silence.
You don't care about Sisters Silent, but you
They
play
do not
well.
did not give a crap about Sisters of Silence. I think they're cool in the lore, and when they appear in Siege of Terra, they tend to do cool stuff. But I don't care for their model design or their or anything, or the even the anti-psycherness. I'm like, cool, that's nice. Not really a fan.
You don't like the model design? Why not?
I just not a fan of more power. I don't like power armored humans that aren't Space Marines. That's just me though. I mean, Sisters of Battle are cool. I have a kill team of them, but I don't like the concept of power armored regular humans.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
I think they're more well done. I don't think they're too over the top. I
Yeah, I
think
mean they're
they.
neat, just not for me type of thing.
I wish they had a full helmet, but that's an aesthetic choice.
True, true.
But yeah, I think they got a new character, and then I'd go over their stuff, but I really don't care about their abilities because I don't think anyone's gonna really run them.
It's hard to tell. They could be a crucial part of the new book, especially as action monkeys, but they could also be just overcosted. Who knows?
Well, let's see. They got a power sword that's 3 plus normal, just +1 AP, +1 damage. Oh yeah, that's the relic. My bad. Psyker. Yeah, not too much. We'd have to see more rules around them. But here they are. They're finally here because if I recall, they're not part of the book, right?
Correct. Oh
So,
no, they are. They are part of the Codex.
oh, they are.
Yeah, they're part of the Custodes Codex.
Just no one takes them, right?
Just oh, you mean right now?
Yeah, right now.
Well, right now they're not part of the Codex. They're gonna be with the new Codex, but currently they're not.
Okay, yeah,
Probably a reason why people don't take them.
yeah, that's what
So
I
maybe
figured.
now people will.
Because they were part of the Eldrad Custody 2 player box set, right?
The which one?
The one with Eldrad in it. Weren't they
Oh
part of that box set, or were they part of something else? I can't remember.
no, the Eldred box was I think it was before Custodes came out. That was with some Space Marines. Sisters of Silence came with the unless there's another box because I don't remember another character for Custodes coming in a box. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. If they came in anything other than Burning a Prospero.
Was it Burning of Prospero? Okay,
Yeah, the 30K box.
that would make sense. Yeah, because I remember I thought they were part of that, but you saying that makes a lot more sense. I'm just quickly seeing if I can find where they came from, but
If you're asking where they came from first, it would be Burning a Prospero.
Burning of Prospero. All right,
Yeah, that I'm 100% confident. But as were they released in other boxes? I'm not sure. They may have been.
probably not, because if what you said is true, and they don't have 40k rules, and they probably weren't released with anyone else.
Yeah, well, they do have 40K rules. Just I think they were in some in the index and in some supplement or something. I
Probably
think
like
Psychic Awakening,
Inquisition
maybe, or like Psychic Awakening or something. But after that, they haven't really.
done anything.
Yeah, they haven't had a codex or anything. It's the first time they'll officially be in a codex, as far as I know.
All right, well, let's hope something good comes out of this, because once that craft world reel starts rolling, anti-psychers will probably be a big thing.
Yes,
Because I
very
mean,
possible.
I know Grey Knights and Thousand Sons will be a menace, but that's only because they got a book. So I'm sure if other armies have gotten the book, it probably wouldn't be too big of a threat. But psychic powers are always devastating.
Yes, very true. Very, very true.
So moving on, Sunday preview. So as we just talked about, we got the 40k Shallow Throne finally coming out. which is good and bad, right? It's good that it's coming out. It's bad that the codexes aren't coming out for these.
Yeah, delayed.
Delayed. But just looking at this, what do you think would win? Would you get it? Would you pin it on the Banana Boys?
Oh, for sure. Low point games.
Yeah.
It is interesting how yeah, the codex isn't out and there's no digital copy in sight.
Well, I
Um,
mean, that's something I harp on about a lot.
yeah, and I do wonder why, because other companies, I mean, yeah, you could pirate it, and that's probably why they're going away from online copies to make it harder to pirate. But Star Wars Legion and X-Wing don't have codexes,
Well,
but if you play it in an official tournament, you need the cards. So if let's say you're playing Empire, let's say you have a unit of snowtroopers, right? And let's say I borrowed Matt's unit of snowtroopers. Did I say snowtroopers? Yeah. So I have 2 units of snowtroopers. So in an official tournament, I have to bring a copy of the card for each unit. So if I have one card, I can't play that other unit.
hmm,
So I need a copy of the other card.
that's interesting.
Um, yeah, same for X-Wing. Like I was in an X-Wing tournament. I mentioned the podcast not too long ago, and I had to change my list the day of because I forgot a copy of a card. I'm like, well, I can't use this card because I don't have a copy. Well, I can't use my list because I don't have a copy of this card, and I gotta switch it up. Now thankfully, I didn't have to switch it up drastically. I think I just had to swap a veteran skill and an upgrade. But yeah, that was the rules. Um, and I know some other miniature companies, like I believe War Machine, you need the cards or War Room in an official tournament. You can't just also the cards had a very specific damage style. The way you mark damage was very specific, and you kind of needed that official um the card for that. Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, the problem with GW and the Codex thing and the whole, as I've harped on many times about, is that they're pushing their app. And pushing
I
the app is fine. Go for it. You want us to pay the app, that's do it. The other big problem is, you can't buy anything on the app if I recall, right?
Yes, you need the codex. That is
You
correct.
need the codex. So, yeah, it stops them from the old ways cuz I've definitely pirated my codexes, cuz it's $50 and someone like me who plays Jesus like 4 5 40k armies and 3 Age of Sigmar armies, that's a lot of money
And
to
you only
sink
play
in a
with your
book.
friends, right? So in a sense, the officialness doesn't really matter too much.
Right. So, I mean, I'll let everyone on a secret here. Go to like Wapedia, and that's got all your rules right there. Yeah, it takes like a week or two for it to update, but uh, it has every current rule you need. It won't have units or anything. It'll just have like stratagems, army rules, and all the essential stuff. If you want, character sheets, they do have that, but you gotta like manually search that on like a new window kind of thing. But that works plenty good if you want to just save money and uh, learn about how armies work. Really, uh, again, uh, John would know this better than me. On the old Age of Sigmar app, you could buy the Codex or whatever they call it, tomes,
Correct.
right?
Yes, correct.
And
You could buy a digital copy.
you didn't need the book or anything.
Correct.
So I know it's another team, right, that made the new Age of Sigmar app.
Yes.
I know it's a new team and all, but they could have easily implemented that into these apps, and they just chose not to
Right.
because they want unfortunately, I hate to say this, but GW is kind of reverting back in its old ways a little bit here, where they think that they're, which, granted, they are the top dog, and they can get away with stupid stuff like this
Hmm.
because they know if they did digital stuff, digital codexes, it would easily be pirated.
Right.
So,
Um,
it's
but
unfortunate.
again, I just want to, for me, the what I want to point out is this is not just a Games Workshop thing. Like Games Workshop isn't the evil company everyone's like a shining paladin. Like no, other companies do this too. Again, I had to change my list for an X-Wing tournament because I forgot an effing card at home. A card which I could just Google, you know.
Right, but
Um,
I mean that's tournament and uh I don't I don't know who makes Legion again? Fantasy Flight?
that was Atomic Mass. But
I
even Fantasy Flight did the same thing, yeah. But
I mean
yeah,
I mean I don't know how they run their tournament. I don't know if that was like ran by them or if it was just ran by like the store
no,
owner, but
that's the official rules packet for their tournament. Says you, if you look up like Star Wars Legion official tournament rules, it will say you need copies of the card, otherwise your unit cannot be played. Same for
well,
upgrades, right?
I wish the LVO operated like that. Jesus. The I will never forget the Dorito Dreadnought that I fought against that was
Oh,
just a Titanicus model. And then the ref came over and saw it and it's like, that's a little bit of a small scale model you got there. Shouldn't be in this game. And then he just walked off. Didn't even like remove the model or anything. I was just like, oh okay, cool.
yeah, that's the dark side of conversions. Is then you get lazy conversions and stuff. I mean, I
I don't
prefer
know if you can call that a conversion if it was just straight ripped off from Titanicus and just
or
put
even
in.
better, right? Yeah, like not even a conversion, you know. So, yeah, it is interesting the sliding scale. And again, I just want to point out that this is not solely a Games Workshop thing. Other companies do this as well.
Right. But I
It's
mean, we
definitely
weren't really talking about the tournament stuff. We were just talking about GW and their codex and why they're not digital kind of thing.
right. I mean, same thing for Fantasy Flight. Like, why not sell like a digital catalog of the cards? You know, same for Legion. Like, there is no book or anything with the rules of your units because they know if they sell books, people will pirate it.
All right.
Um,
I thought I might get this confused with X-wing, but I thought you could find the cards online, no problem.
you can look it up, but you just can't use them.
Oh, so
I
I
mean,
can't print out the card and just bring that in.
no, heck no. You will be shown the door.
I'll just glue it on one of my useless cards and just.
Now it's funny because like I could totally make a fake card with cardstock, and I don't think people would notice.
Oh,
um,
I mean, no
which
one's
is
gonna
weird,
be pulling your card and be checking the authenticity of
right?
it, you know?
Exactly. So it's weird. It is interesting. I'm thinking about like what if I just like print out a cardstock of a Legion upgrade, and like no one's gonna check, right?
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah. So I don't know. It's weird. It's not clear cut. I mean this is an interesting tangent because I it is interesting. Like if you think about the etiquette in miniature wargaming of what's okay, what's not okay. I mean, some people play only with codexes. I mean, our like my gaming group, your gaming group, all of us, we don't mind if you have screenshots online or like a Warhammer community article, with the rules.
Right. I mean, as long as it's current and accurate, like I don't think anyone would really care in a friendly game. Tournament setting, that's different. But
Right.
amongst friends and casuals, I don't
Yeah.
think anyone would really care.
Right. I just don't like Battlescribe for rules because I've been screwed over by Battlescribe for rules. So
Oh,
it's just John's problem.
let me tell you about Battlescribe. So, you know how I said, or well, I mean, you were there. You know that Black Templar game I played?
Yes.
So, Battlescribe didn't update one of my models,
Ooh.
and it was Grimaldus. It was still in Battlescribe. It was still baby Grimaldus in that book. So I took like 35-point model, and I brought him in, so I was a little bit over points there. I mean, granted, I'm like, oh, Battlescribe is messed up here. We'll just say that he has 4 wounds and not 5, because he's obviously not premierified yet.
Right.
But yeah, Battlescribe is. I don't know why Battlescribe wasn't updated since the book was out. Probably because the model wasn't out. That would be my only guess. But yeah, Battlescribe. Any third party stuff, which is you can't really say. You can say the same thing about the official stuff. Is you always gotta check that stuff.
Of course, and you should always check that stuff.
Because we all know GW has, with its 40k app at least, I can't speak on the Age of Sigmar, has its fair share of problems.
Yeah.
The orc situation comes to mind.
Right.
But man, that was a tangent.
That was a good tangent, but yes, that was a tangent.
2-player box set for Custodes and Genestealer Cult coming out.
Right. But again, going back to the tangent, but to point out, there's no codexes for these guys that you're playing with the current rules. So
Your current rules are whatever booklet comes in this box set.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
which is just army stats. No special rules or anything. So that's unfortunate. And then you get the 2 new models, which probably won't be out until February, because I'm still waiting on my what's that Thousand Suns guy called?
Oh, the sorcerer dude.
Yeah, well, the chaplain guy, whatever he's called. I'm still waiting on him, and he still has not been officially announced. Solo, so we're in December, and it came out what? September?
Yeah, a while.
The Inferno Master, that's what it was
a
called.
while.
So I'll probably have to either get a good friend of mine to 3D print it, or brave eBay and other sites to see if I can get it solo.
Yeah.
But if you want these 2 characters, and you want them now, you probably have to get the box, because who knows when GW is going to officially release them.
Yep. True that.
Moving on, so the 13th, no, not the 13th. This weekend, so I don't know what this weekend is. The 11th, it'll become available. And before Monday the 13th, you're guaranteed a box, which I don't think, being honest, I don't think this box set would sell out even if they did guarantee everyone a box.
I agree. In fact, none of the battle forces have sold out. So.
Well, we can
I
get
lied. One of them. Wait, no, yeah, none of them sold out.
we can get to the battle forces in a second here, but
Yeah.
just speaking, Custodes and Genestealer cults are not popular armies.
Yes.
Now, I guarantee if they didn't guarantee people a box, they might have ran out, because scalpers are assholes like that. But honestly, this box set would not sell.
Yeah.
Not sell out, at least, just because these are two specialist armies, and unfortunately, Custodia players usually just use the Forge World stuff. So take it what you will, but if you want it, guaranteed, get it before the 13th.
Yep.
Moving on, Megakin. I didn't expect it to come out with the Shadow Throne. I expected it to come out this month. I just didn't expect it to be with Shadow Throne.
I guess I want it soon, but
well, it's crazy, right? Because we talk about how 40k has been delayed in its books, and GW rightfully deserves all the criticism for that.
Of course.
Because we're 1 year already, past a year, and we still haven't gotten all our books. But this is the first AOS book since
Yeah,
AOS 3.0 came out.
yeah, since the starter sets.
Okay, I take that back. It would technically be the third book, but I mean, come on, we already know the Orcs and the Stormcast were the first books to come out,
Right, exactly. It's the first new one.
and
Now,
that came out. The box set came out in August or September.
like August, the books came out few months ago, like October, and then yeah, I was talking about this. AOS has definitely been hurt by the shipping delays. I mean, should have had more by now, especially because it's an edition year, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of sucks.
Well, it's just I know in terms of fan base, I know AOS is a lot smaller than 40k,
Yes.
but I I, I would say this about 40k too, but I would expect a new book every month, or at least every other month.
Right. Right. No,
And
you're right.
granted, see, I can't give them the fact that we got the Orcs and Stormcast in October because those books probably should have been out with the starter set, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know how AOS is gonna hold up. I mean, granted, I've said this before. AOS I think is a lot more balanced and a lot more fun, really, than 40k.
Oh
Because
man, should I talk about this now or hobby rants?
say that again.
Should I talk about this? I'm about to say something, but I'm wondering if I should save it for hobby rants because it's relevant to the statement you just said.
Go for it. What do you want to say?
So so me and Will, we had a hobby night on Friday, and well, I say hobby in quotes because I didn't really hobby. I'll tell you what I did on hobby rants because I did something productive, but kind of not necessarily hobby. But so Will and his girlfriend Emily played a game of Age of Sigmar. Now Emily it was her first game of Age of Sigmar, and she has played War Machine extensively before, back when War Machine existed. Um, and my gosh, like AO, it was 1,000 points, Stormcast versus Goblins. And okay, disclaimer: I'm not gonna disagree with Matt. I think AOS is more fun than 40k as a game. To me, I agree. But it watching that game between Will and Emily really showed that man, AOS is really complicated. Because Emily has played war games before, so it's not like she's completely new. But even like as a new player, she had a hard time keeping track of everything of your war scrolls, of their weapons, of the mission. And they weren't even playing with secondaries or allegiance abilities, so no chapter tactics or anything. Just the war scrolls and all that. And my gosh, there's a lot of rules. They did do command abilities, and there's a ton of command abilities and heroic abilities as well. So it's part of the core rules. But my gosh, there's a lot of rules in Age of Sigmar and in 40k, and that's Warhammer in general now. I mean, this I my hot take after the game because we were talking about it. I mean, they had fun. Emily and Will they had a good time, but I was like, man, this game, watching it, Age of Sigmar right now is as hard as Warhammer Fantasy. I think.
Yeah. Going again. I have very little experience with AOS. I played maybe 4, 5 games of the new
Me,
edition.
I played three.
So it's yeah to new players, especially players like me who barely play. Uh, when you start adding in the secondaries and all that other stuff, it does make it more complicated. Which obviously, over time, the more you play, the more everything goes a lot smoothly. I just think it's a lot more fun because it's the objectives are more interactive, whereas in
Yeah,
40k it's more I don't have to interact with you and I could just get all my objectives without having to like kill a model.
right.
So again, take that with how you will with an inexperienced AOS person. There could be ways where you don't have to do anything with the enemy player to score an AOS, but from what I've done, it's a lot harder not to interact since it's more close combat oriented. You
Hmm.
don't have many shooting. I know you can. specialize in shooting depending on with certain armies, but majority armies aren't a I sit at this edge of the board and shoot you from across the board and that's that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
But uh, if we're done with this rant, we can move on. You got anything more you want to add to this?
Uh, to the Magakin.
No, it's just what we were talking about.
No, that'll be it. Yeah, it kind of sucks that their books are dragging out, but at least it's coming finally.
Yeah, and who knows? It's it's a very dark time right now for just book releases. And again, if I was with GW, I would just make the apps be able to buy books.
Makes
And
sense.
then we'd get the books a lot faster. And it's not like well, no, that's a lie. You could obviously download from the app, but it would take a little bit more work to do that. Like take a picture with your phone and then upload it to a PDF kind of thing and make it into a book. See, that's a lot more time consuming than people would probably want to do.
Right.
But people who hate GW would probably be willing to do it.
Yes.
But final thought, if they just did everything digitally and had the physical book, because, people do like the physical book. But if they did everything digitally, we wouldn't be having these kind of discussions, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Moving on. Again, finally getting the book. Thank God.
Finally.
They're also getting their one new model, Rodbringer Sorcerer.
Yeah, I mean, this book is interesting actually. If I recall in the preview, there are a bunch of units here that are they're renaming a lot of the AoS, the end times dudes, as new things. I think one of the Glockkin are called something new now because the Glockkin, as we know them, are dead. They died in fantasy.
Right.
So it's like a new like crazy demon thing, which is cool.
Which is
I'm gonna say
fun.
feel free to disagree. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I think the Nurgle demon range is the best out of the four. Now, I think there are individual demon models that are better, but as a whole, I think Nurgle has the best demon range. I think Khorne looks too old. Bloodletters look really old.
Okay, so we're talking
Same
about
with
models.
the models. Yep, demonettes and have that rank and file issue. They can be more wild, I think. And horrors, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the horrors. Same issue. Like they could be more wild, but they were made at a time where they had to rank up, so they weren't as crazy. And I actually think the metal horrors are better designs than the new ones. That's my hot take. I don't really have.
I would disagree with you.
Yeah,
Uh, yes, I think Nurgle is solid, but in terms of best range, I would have to give it to Slanesh. The
mm,
only problem that Slanesh has is probably its demonettes, but other than that, I think they got the best model range, in my opinion.
yeah, that's very true. The new Slanesh release really did a lot for them. Yeah, that's a good point.
I
Even the demons, like the new Keeper of Secrets is ace, and their cavalry are ace.
the problem is, GW really wanted to shun away from Slanesh, and then they just embraced Slanesh. And look at all the beautiful models that they gotten.
Yeah, right.
Everything is great, except for contention. Except for the demonettes, in my opinion. But that's just well, depending on how you see it. I mean, that is their like main unit, but in AOS, it's you got like hedonettes, you got the two sisters, whatever the heck they're called, keep your secrets, the new demon prince. I mean, they got so much stuff. It looks good. Nurgle, Glockkin, or whatever they're called now. They're also beautiful models. Uh, I have no complaints. They fit the theme well. Uh, Zinch, Zinch could use a few tweaks. I think they're kind of in the same realm as Slanesh, just not as
Hmm.
beautiful, obviously. Uh, Horrors, as you talked about, need some work,
I think
and
flamers too. Flamers need some work. They're kind of old-ish.
pretty much anything demon needs some work in the Zinch range.
Yeah,
Screamers are okay, but everything
yeah.
else needs
Keeper Secrets though, 10 out of 10.
yeah,
Sorry. Lord of Change, 10 out of 10
yeah.
for sure.
And then obviously Corn is I the only model that ever gets updated is the Bloodthirster. So
Yeah. Flesh Hounds are new and are
it's true.
yeah, but the rest showing their age.
Yeah, they need to update that range a lot. I mean, they got the if I exclude the demons, they got that one Corn army. I can't remember the name. The blood people.
Oh, the Bloodbound.
Yeah, they got those guys, but those aren't demons.
Yeah, they're just people.
So I'm thinking if the rumor is true for next year, where World Eaters is getting a codex, I think Corn Demons will get an update as well.
Oh my gosh, I hope so. If we get new if we get new bloodletters, oh boy.
Yeah, I mean it's
Oh boy.
2022, right? It's the year of corn finally
Year of course.
because
Angron.
because as much as I would like Zinch to get updates, they don't really need it. They could use it, but they don't need it. Corn, on the other hand, oh boy, they need it. They need it bad. They need the updates. But yeah, that's our thoughts on that stuff. We can continue moving on because I know we got a
Mhm.
little bit of a schedule here we need to make.
Yeah.
We got the dice. I hate it, so don't buy it.
Yeah, whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah, it's go to Etsy. My friend who plays Death Guard has basically these dice right here off Etsy. Probably got it for a lot cheaper than the $35 they're gonna charge you for these. So don't waste your money on this. Let's see. We got Stormcast. We got the characters and the obliterators. I think is what they're called. I don't remember what exactly they're called.
Oh, the Annihilators.
Annihilators. Close
Yeah, it's
enough.
cool. Oh, what's up?
I say close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Liberator Annihilator. Cool to see them on their own.
Yep, we got that. We got the orc and the man skewers and the guy with the banner. I'm just quickly going through all this because this is all stuff that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Uh, Blood Bowl, we got this dwarf. He was part of New Model Monday, but I excluded him because I didn't really care. But
It's good Blood Bowl.
since he's here, this is what he looks like, shooting football out of a cannon. Some serious Sam stuff there. White dwarf. It's a white dwarf. You can skip over this really fast. Christmas stuff.
Most of that I'm picking up because it has updated rules for vampires. It gives them third edition stuff like specific formations and specific secondaries. So kind of excited for that. So I'll be picking it up.
It's also got new rules for that sister skill team as well. Just looking at the sidebar here.
Yes.
Okay, let's just skip this. Warhammer wrapping paper, if you want that.
No comment.
No comment. That's totally up to you if you want it. I assume these are some cards you can get. Who cares? There's Christmas stockings. John hates Christmas stockings apparently, so let's skip that.
Christmas stockings.
Volpun Glory. Got a Black Library book here. I'm not too familiar with this book. Are you?
No. I mean, it's Nick Kime, so not a fan of him.
Okay. Well, obviously not good then if John doesn't
He's the
approve.
editor, not a good writer, in my opinion.
Okay. Looks like some guardsman stuff. whatever. Steel Tread coming to audio. Crimson Fist Omnibus. If you Sons of Dorn out there, there you go. Get all your stories in one book. And Warhammer Plus. I'm surprised to see no animated series here.
Yeah,
I
just
figured they were gonna go with Astartes, but I guess I was wrong.
right. Maybe next year. I think they're winding down for the holidays.
But I got this thing that uh, intrigued me here. It says Deep Strike Angel's Death. I'm sure there's an of in there, but it's just too small to see.
Yeah, it could be an interview or something.
Maybe. I mean, that makes sense. Like a little behind the scenes kind of deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting to see that in there. But yeah, there's not anything there. And then coming down here, we got a Warhammer preview for Black Library. So let's just quickly touch over that, shall we? This is more your department because they're talking about some Siege of Terra stuff. Are you?
This is probably the most hype preview in months for me. Just for one book, which is the next Siege of Terra book. I am so hyped. Like I'm re-listening to the series right now, and me and Donnie are hyping up our 30K crew, and oh man, I cannot wait what they're gonna announce because it's probably gonna be ADB because we know ADB is writing a novel for the Siege of Terra.
Mhm.
It's not ADB. That means that the last book is by ADB, which is also hype. So I am definitely excited for that. I don't think I'll stay up because I don't want to wade through like legions of just books I don't give a crap about. I just want to wait for the Siege of Terra.
Oh, I mean, it's at 9 a.m. our time, so.
Well, they're not. They're gonna preview other stuff, you know. So they're gonna
Right,
talk
right,
about
right,
like
right.
AoS books, 40K books. Um,
Oh, I know. 6 a.m. our time. Yeah. Don't worry, you don't have to wake up for that.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, I thought they said who he was talking. Wave, Guy Haley, John French, Neil Roberts. Is it Neil Roberts? Well, that's who they're interviewing. Is Neil Roberts.
Yeah, one of our authors.
So I don't think ADB is going to be part of this, but again, I'm not following it too much. I'll just wait for everything to come out and jump back into it.
Yes.
Jump back into the 40 plus books that I need to read. But there you go, John. Excited. And then before we get to New Model Monday, actually, no, let's just do New Model Monday first. So, uh, we got this new Orc model that's coming out, which honestly, I swear I've seen this model before. Or maybe it's just that all orcs look alike.
I think yeah, he also looks like a regular war boss, which is yeah, I think he's supposed to be a sergeant for brutes, the unit leader, but yeah, his shoulder is reminiscent of the war boss or the mega boss.
Yeah, I
And
swear I've seen this exact model. Obviously, the only difference being is he's holding a rat.
yeah, he looks like the Warhammer Plus mega boss.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's just an orc thing or if they were just really lazy in designing this model for some reason. But
I think it's just an orc thing. I mean, the model in a vacuum is cool, but yeah, he definitely looks very similar to other orcs that we know of.
yeah, so what I can say is I'm not too impressed. I mean, obviously, he's got a lot more going on with the Grot and Skaven all littered around the base, but other than that, it's not too impressive.
I think it's neat, but it's kind of yeah, not very. Yeah, I'm not impressed either. I think he's cool and could have been a worse Christmas model. Could have been another like dwarf or goblin, but
Oh,
purpose.
that's true, right? It's usually the dwarf guy.
Yeah,
I forget the beer dwarf. All right, well, now to the important stuff here. The Advent has been going on, and of course, it is Eldar themed. And I
Yeah,
figured we just quickly go through this really fast.
it's happening.
So the first one we got a ponytail. It's,
Rangers.
you think it's the Rangers?
I think it's the Rangers.
I'm guaranteed. I guess it could be the Rangers. Did you hear about this thing? This rumor? I hate to bring in rumors when they're unconfirmed, but did you hear about this rumor where they're getting a jet bike
Yeah,
similar to the Harlequin jet bikes, but it's for
yeah,
snipers?
I have heard that.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's probably gonna be a thing, but
Probably gonna be a thing. It sounds silly. I mean, I'm not a fan of new units when you could redo old units, but I mean, orcs got new units, right? Despite needing old units to be redone, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing.
yeah, well, I mean, other things I've heard is Yennari and Craft World units are being lumped into this book, which, if true, I'm happy
I think that's very likely.
because it'd be cool to have them in all in one book, but then you run into the problem of where the Harlequins had unique stuff to them, and then that stuff will be gone. Maybe, I don't know. It could just be a $70 book, but if that happens, cool. If not, cool. At least then they didn't lose their uniqueness. But
Right. Yeah, I think they're just if that's true that the Harlequins are gonna be in there, they're just gonna I mean, because the Harlequin Codex is pretty thin, so I think that they'll just put them in there.
yeah, putting Yennari, I don't know why they didn't put Yennari in the Jukari book. They should have done that. But I
Mm.
think Yennari should just be in every book because they're never gonna make an army book for them.
If they do, it'll be years from now. Be a long time from now. 10th edition for sure.
That'll probably be like 12th edition where they're like, yeah, all the Eldar craft worlds and Kamara, they all fell, and now it's just one book of Eldari. That's it.
That's it.
Or Yennari, as they'll call it. So yeah, here we go. So Eldar Rangers, I can agree. I was gonna go with Scorpions, but
Oh, that
I
would be cool.
that
That'd be
doesn't it doesn't seem like their style. Looking at it now, they're more like the Dreadlocks because they're ripping off the Predator.
mm, true that.
So yeah, I'll go with you. I'll go with Rangers. Next one. We got a jet bike.
Ranger jet bike that you're talking about.
I would go with Shining Spears, but
Oh, I wish. I freaking wish. That'd be so cool.
I think the Shining Spears are due for a kit, or at least combined with jet bikes. So expect that price increase. But or the Viper, but it's so hard to tell because this one piece could literally be anything. Dark Eldar have this piece, so that's how common of a piece this is. Next thing, we got a fusion gun. So this could be one of two options. Either updated fire dragons, or this is an Autark with a fire melta gun.
Hmm. Ranger long rifle.
Ranger on the jet bike.
No, just the Ranger. I think there's not a lot of models they're previewing. I think it's all just Rangers.
Let's see. Actually, you know what? That could be the Ranger rifle.
Yeah.
Uh,
I wish it was all aspect warriors, but I think they're just gonna stick with the Rangers for now and then go from there.
I'm pulling up a quick image here. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's actually a rifle. You're right. That is the Ranger rifle. Good eye. So we got Ranger rifle, we got Ranger on jet bike, and then we got the Ranger ponytail. So much Ranger stuff. I can't believe
Yeah.
it. Next one, we got a foot on a Eldar relic, which Space Marines have their stones. Eldar have the Eldar relics they stand on. So this will probably be a ranger.
Yeah, it's gonna range. The that actually style. Someone pointed out on Facebook that style of boot where they have their kind of cloak thing right on top or tied on their shoe. That's Rangers.
This is what happens when you don't play Eldar for such a long time. I guess you just forget what everyone looks like.
I mean, I just read the Facebook comments.
I don't know. I would want to disagree with this one, but I honestly couldn't tell you what it is. So then we got a quote: "Only in defeat will you know victory." Uh, I don't know. I don't have any guess for this.
People are saying it's a reference to Uriel.
They're gonna
Oh,
update Uriel.
yeah, he curses himself to save his craft world. So maybe that would be cool.
I don't know. I think the only thing Uriel needs is plastic, right?
Right. So plastic Uriel maybe.
Yes. And then the last day we got here, this one, the backpack. Um, I want to say, I guess it's another ranger because that looks more cloak than a guardian
Yeah,
pack.
I think the rumor engine is going to be the kill team, the Eldar kill team.
That makes sense because I don't know if you saw the supposed leaked images because that's what Eldar always seems to have is something's leaked.
Leaked, yeah.
But apparently someone got a hold of the what's it called, Advent.
Oh yeah,
So
I've heard about that.
there's a list floating out there, which I do have, but we talked about it. We talked about rumors last week, and without any confirmation, I don't really want to put the rumors out there.
Yeah, totally fair.
But yeah, it's going by these rumors. I mean, there's supposed to be Corsairs, Yanari, Stratagem, Secondaries, Craft Worlds, Avatar. The 24th is supposed to be the kill team. Uh, Guardians, Autarchs, Wave Serpents, Wraithguard, Wraithblades.
Wraithguard and Wraith. I don't think Wraithguard and Wraithblades are getting new models. That's way too soon.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
That's why I wouldn't. That's why I didn't want to share this. But
right.
this is the alpha stuff that got leaked. So, um, but yeah, that is that. I'm excited. It makes a lot more sense what you said that this is all just gonna be the kill team reveal,
Hmm.
but not all of it because again we got that one like jet bike in there, so I
That's
doubt
right. That's right.
we'll get it. It's all kill team, but I'm excited that my boys are finally getting updated. I will miss all the memes complaining about how we never get updated. I think that title will now go to Tyranids, right?
Yeah. Although Tyranids have a lot of good stuff, but yeah, it will go to Tyranids.
Yeah. All right. Because I know you need to go soon.
Oh, actually, we're good. We're good. My thing got canceled, so
All right then. Perfect. Uh, Either way, you got any other news you want to talk about then?
um, so fun fact. I keep telling it's every episode, but Yoda apparently, as we know, is coming out in March. So I think
Did he
they
get
just gave
delayed
up.
to July?
No, it's not. It's coming out in March because that's when the second wave of production is coming out. So they just gave up on their first shipment.
Well, I mean, like you said last episode, that they could just order from Canada or some other
Yeah.
country. But yeah, it sucks. I don't know why America got left out on that list, but whatever.
Yeah.
How about any? I know you said you did a hobby night. You do anything else?
No, I just did some hobbying. Are we in hobby rants right now?
Yeah, we're in hobby rants.
Yeah, so I didn't technically hobby. So what I did is I took my entire droid army and I the magnets I got for them were way too strong. So what I did is I remagnetized my entire droid army. So I took like my droids, put them in Will's freezer for like 2 hours to just crack the magnets, and then just proceeded to replace them all with new magnets.
That's somewhat hobbying. I mean, not all hobbying needs to be painting.
True, true. But yeah, that was my hobby, and I'm working on Savitar, finishing up my neophytes.
Nice.
Um, yeah.
Well, I didn't do any gaming this week. Uh, Host had to work, unfortunately, so no gaming at his place. So I just painted up a few things. I painted up an exalted sorcerer. Painted up. I finished. I think I already said I finished my rubrics. I don't know if I said that last week or not, but
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. That's right.
so just the 20 Terminators. That's it.
And
And
then
and
you're
the
out there
two
with
and the two dreadnoughts. But I need to get the Volkite cannons printed, and then I'll be ready. Just in time for LVL.
just in time.
But hopefully this week we'll be gaming. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
got some Magna Guards for my. I think I mentioned it last time, so I'm trying to get that built up, and I could get some practice games with them because I do want to go to tournaments with those.
yeah. Sure. Where my gaming group is always up for something. So, but
Cool.
as we're getting closer and closer to the holidays, schedules always get out of whack.
Right, right.
So, well, I'll see what happens. But I've got my work cut out in that I need to finish painting everything.
That is important.
And it's the key part of the hobby. Love it or hate it, it needs to be done because you build up that skill and it's something physical that you can look at and be like, I did this.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
always nice. But I think I'm going to call it there unless you got something else.
I think that's it.
All right then.
Looking forward to the Siege of Terror announcement on Sunday.
I look forward to your rant about it, as I'm sure you'll talk extensively about it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, for everyone else, thank you for making it to the end, and we'll catch you next time.
Let everyone.
Goodbye.